Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh, viewers. Thank you for joining this channel. Don't forget to subscribe to stay updated with the latest news. Today we'll be discussing the massive fire raging through Los Angeles, which has caused extreme tension in the city. Stay tuned for all the details. That morning, Los Angeles, a city known for its glamorous lifestyle and stunning natural views, was awakened by the blaring sound of sirens. A major wildfire that broke out in the northern parts of LA began to consume everything in its path. The flames spread quickly, threatening everything in their way, from residential areas to the vast urban forests. Residents living in the affected areas were immediately instructed to evacuate, but panic was inevitable. The fire, believed to have been caused by extreme heat and strong winds, had already scorched over 1,000 hectares in just a few hours. Firefighters worked tirelessly, but the flames seemed unstoppable. Despite various efforts, including the use of helicopters and firefighting planes, the fire continued to grow. The battle was fierce, but the ultimate victory seemed far from reach. The situation at the fire scene grew increasingly tense. Residents trapped in the evacuation zones felt panic rising. "We don't know where to go. The fire came so fast," said one of the evacuees who managed to escape. Thick smoke covered the city as dark clouds of ash filled the air. To make matters worse, the rising temperatures worsened the situation. However, amid this horror, firefighters continued to press on. "We are doing everything we can to control this fire. We know time is of the essence," said one firefighter working on the ground. Though the fire teams were highly skilled, the flames, fueled by dry timber and brush in the forests, and the powerful winds, made their task incredibly difficult. Frequently, they had to retreat for safety as trees collapsed or explosions occurred from burning debris. Hours after the fire began, the flames spread to more densely populated areas. With growing concern, local authorities issued an evacuation order for thousands of residents, urging them to leave their homes, which were now at high risk. Evacuation centers were set up at several locations, and residents seeking refuge looked anxious and worried for their safety and that of their families. This situation led many to question, when will this fire be contained? What will happen to the people trapped in the middle of this inferno? Authorities announced that they were working with various organizations to ensure public safety and minimize material losses. However, this fire is likely to leave a lasting impact, not only on the victims but on the broader community as well. As the fire raged on, new developments came in. While some parts of the fire seemed to be under control, the flames that had spread to more populated areas continued to pose a serious threat. People living in areas yet to be impacted by the fire began to grow increasingly cautious. "We don't feel safe. If the wind shifts, we could be the next victims," said a young mother living in a southern LA neighborhood. Firefighting efforts were slower than anticipated. Meanwhile, more families were separated due to the wildfire, and many homes were destroyed and uninhabitable. Major roads were blocked, making evacuation routes more challenging. Not only homes, but businesses and properties were also lost. The material damage was estimated to be in the millions. Firefighters, who had been working tirelessly, were starting to feel exhausted. "We only have limited time to stop this fire. The winds keep pushing the flames into more dangerous areas. We're working without rest," said a lead firefighter involved in the operation. Despite the team's fatigue, they kept pushing forward with a single goal: to slow the spread of the fire and save more lives. But even as they fought bravely, they realized how complex the situation was becoming. As night fell, the fire continued to burn in several areas of the city. Thick smoke obstructed visibility, while the sound of sirens blared continuously, adding to the already tense atmosphere. Firefighters were now facing even greater risks. The ever-encroaching flames, combined with limited access to evacuation routes, made firefighting efforts even more complicated. Authorities issued a call for residents to remain calm and follow the evacuation instructions. They continued to coordinate with disaster relief organizations to send aid to the affected areas. In addition, The military was deployed to assist with evacuations and manage traffic so that firefighting efforts could proceed more effectively. However, despite the great efforts being made, many were still wondering, when will this fire end? What will the aftermath be for our lives? The uncertainty still looms over Los Angeles as the fire continues to spread and claim more lives. Public safety remains the top priority. But what about the recovery after this fire? How long will it take to restore LA to its former state? A big question with no definitive answer yet. In times like these, hope is kindled through the cooperation of residents, firefighters, and local authorities. While tension continues to mount, the spirit of rising together from this disaster still burns strong. Firefighters on the front lines remain determined to stay and keep fighting. But will their efforts be enough to quench the ever-growing blaze? Only time will tell. Thank you for following the updates on the massive wildfire that has struck Los Angeles with us. This event reminds us of the importance of preparedness and vigilance when facing disasters. We hope that the efforts and struggles of the firefighters can bring safety and recovery to all those affected. We can all learn a lot from situations like this, about the importance of cooperation, patience, and the spirit of working together to overcome tough times. Let's continue to pray for and support those who are fighting, and always remember to stay alert in the face of disaster threats. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay updated with the latest news. We also greatly appreciate it if you leave a comment and share your thoughts below. Together, we can continue to share and ensure safety. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next report.